Hi everyone, welcome back to Eat Live Escape. It is the very first video for 2022. We hope everyone had a really lovely holiday period. We are going to be having a chat about some of the beauty products that we are loving right now. So let's get stuck into it. The very first product we wanted to talk about today is Edible Beauty's SPF 50 Basking Beauty Natural Sunscreen. This sunscreen has 4 hours of water resistance. It is UVA and UVB broad spectrum, and it has rosehip, kakadu plum, and vitamin E. It's also reef safe and vegan friendly, cruelty free, which we obviously love. Now, it's been interesting looking at some of the natural sunscreens that are on the market. We don't necessarily think that they all work quite as well as they could, but we've been really enjoying this one. It is summertime here in Australia, so that means we need to have SPF 50 on all the time. Many of you probably know it gets pretty sunny out here. Just take a look at the consistency. You can see it's fairly standard for a sunscreen, and a little bit does go a long way. So if you just sort of rub it in, one of the things that we actually really like about this is that while it has a thickness to it, it does sort of go on fairly light. It does feel quite hydrating as well, so it definitely is one that I think would be really lovely when you want to add a bit of sort of hydration and glow into your skin, as well as wearing a sunscreen. We would use it on our body mainly, however, you can absolutely use it on your face as well. We just have some other sunscreens that we use religiously on our face. But this one is a really lovely addition to the natural sunscreen brands. So it's definitely one that we would recommend. We've been using this the last couple of weeks out in the sun just to see how effective it is, because that's obviously the key thing with the sunscreen. And it has been working great, no trouble at all. So this is one that we have added into our regime, particularly because of the natural elements to it and that it's reef safe. So if we're going to go swimming in the ocean in Australia, we would definitely choose something like this rather than choosing something that might have damaging effects on our reefs. The second product that we wanted to talk about was IS Clinical's Copper Firming Mist. So this popped by our desk about 3 or 4 weeks ago. It's part of the IS Clinical range, which is a really effective skincare range that's really great at addressing different skincare problems, etc. We love their stuff. We've been using it for quite a long time, so this is one that we hadn't tried before. This mist is really intended to help with antioxidants, protection on the skin, as well as hydrating, etc. It comes in the classic IS Clinical bottles. They do use a lot of this beautiful blue in their packaging. It's a plasticky bottle, it's not a glass one, so you can kind of see that. One thing we thought was a tiny bit confusing was it's got a lid, which is great, obviously, but then it also has another lid. So we're not sure exactly why that is, but it doesn't detract from it at all. It's just quite interesting that it's sort of got the 2 lids. It's a really lovely mist. So you might not be able to see this, but it's a really, really fine mist that you would spray onto your face just after you have cleansed. We've been using it morning and night, and again, like I mentioned before, it's summer in Australia, so any kind of mist is really beautiful to add that sort of hydration, glow into the skin, and it's also nice to kind of cool it down a bit. We're really enjoying this. It's hard sometimes to tell with mists and toners how effective they are and if you think that they're working, but this is just one that we think is a really nice addition into a skincare regime. When you're looking for a mist, this has got those sort of firming elements as well, and it's one that's really great to use morning or night, but we've been using it sort of both at the moment. The third product we wanted to talk about was the Rose Inc Concealer. So this is Rosie Huntington-Whiteley. If you don't know who she is a British model slash actress slash skincare founder slash. She has developed this skincare range which has been talked about a lot by beauty editors over the last couple of months since it's been released. This is a bit of a hero product for us, so we've tried quite a few things from the range, but the one thing we love about this is just how pigmented it is and how little you need. It will cover nearly everything. So if you just pop a little bit on, you can see it's quite pigmented, And if you were to then just rub it in, you can see the texture. And while it's a thick texture, it doesn't feel cakey. It doesn't feel like it will sort of run into lines and make them look sort of more, you know, worse than what they are. We would use a couple of dabs of this under the eye or just above the eye, and you could really blend all of that. That will almost do most of the T-zone. Like, it is so pigmented. It is such good value for money, and the coverage really lasts all day. And that doesn't happen often with concealers, or with many concealers. You either get that really thick texture, which becomes quite cakey, and then, you know, by the end of the day, you can kind of see, you know, where the lines are. You can see you're wearing concealer. But with this one, we found it lasts all day, and it really doesn't sort of, you know, have an ineffectiveness by the end of the day, which we love. You could wear this without actually wearing any foundation or anything else. You could just use this with a few dabs through the T-zone, just in those sort of redder or oilier parts, and then add a little powder on top, add one of their creme blushes on, and some mascara, and you'd be good to go. It's really great. It is one that will now forever be in our makeup bag, and it's one that we highly recommend. The packaging is also really cute. We haven't got the box at the moment because we threw it out by accident, but you can see it's very just simple, and I think that's the thing about the Rose Inc brand is it's very simple, very neutral kind of packaging, quite classic looking, so it'll be also a nice addition into your makeup cabinet. The next product we want to talk about was one that is not new. It has been around for quite a long time. It's the Mario Badescu Drying Lotion. Now, the reason we wanted to talk about this was because we've had a lot of questions and comments and things come through recently about acne and clearing it up, and what products would you use for that type of thing. So this is a bit of a hero ingredient. So I first actually heard about this from a girlfriend who has a teenage daughter who was struggling with a little bit of acne and more just pimples, but she started to use this, incorporate it into her regime, and it's really helped her and cleared it up. So we thought we would get a bottle of this to try. It's really interesting. You can see it's kind of like a clear liquid. If you don't shake it up, then it's like a pink, almost like a clay type powder at the bottom, and then a clear liquid. This one's a little bit shaken up, but normally you would not shake it up at all. And as instructed when we got this, you just grab a Q-tip, you pop it in down to the bottom where the pink liquid is, and then you literally just dab the spots on your skin where you have a pimple or a spot. It will then work overnight by drying them out, and in the morning you should be able to wash this clear, and you will have a very much reduced redness in your pimples and spots, and start to see sort of some of the healing effects. What we would say about this is if you have a person in your life, a teenager, or whether it's yourself or whoever's using this cream and feels uncomfortable about wearing the sort of little pink dots around at night or before they go to bed, then you would definitely not want to use this. You'd want to use something else, because you can see those little pink dots on the skin. But what we would suggest for most people is that you do it after you've cleansed, right before you go to bed, and then let it dry a little bit so it doesn't rub off onto your pillowcase. And then when you wake up, you would just wash it off, and your skin is going to look so much better. We have had a few people at ELE test this just to see how it goes on different spots, and all of them have reported that it's done an amazing job. I think if you go online and look at a lot of the reviews, you'll see exactly the same thing. It really does seem to work for most people and most skin types, just to clear up any unwanted blemishes, etc. We wouldn't suggest obviously putting this all over. It really is a spot lotion. It's sort of got salicylic acid and some of those other key ingredients that really help to clear up pimples. So we would highly recommend this to keep in your regime, particularly if you do get spots. Sometimes for some people that's at a certain time of the month when they've got hormone changes, or it might just be environmental or stresses or anything else. And then you would just use this when you needed it. If you are a younger person who might be struggling with a little bit more acne or some more blemishes, you could use this most nights, and you'll probably start to really see a good dramatic change in your skin in the coming weeks. Of course, you would also want to use a good regime for cleansing and moisturizing, etc. Anything that's really got salicylic acid and has the ingredients that help to fight some of those blemishes would be obviously what we would recommend. The next product we want to talk about was these Luna Rossa Luna Ice Rollers, and the reason we want to chat about these is because we just think they are super cute. I don't know if you've seen them before, you might have seen some other brands doing something similar, but they are glass orbs. You can hear them kind of tinkle. They are filled with a little bit of sparkle and a very pale pink liquid, and they're face rollers. So what you would do is you would either leave these out or put them in the fridge or freezer and get them really cool, and then use them on your face to help depuff, to help with facial massage, etc. We just love this style of them. We think they are really cute. We think they make a really lovely gift actually for anyone who's into skincare. You can use a bit of your favorite facial oil and use that before you start to rub these into your skin. You just go very gently, you use them as a massage, and it's really lovely for depuffing. Really great around the eyes and also around the chin, which is where you would want to not necessarily depuff, but sort of help lift, etc. So it's something you could incorporate into a regime every night. You either just a little bit of facial oil and enjoy sort of that beautiful massaging, depuffing experience that it gives you. They come in this box, so again, they're really lovely for gifting. It's kind of cute, just like a little box like that. And it's one that we think is a really lovely gift for anyone. Any type of skin can use it. Really great for massaging and helping to keep your skin in the best shape. So thank you so much for watching today. We really appreciate it, and we hope you got something out of this video and hope that you might have found a new beauty product to add into your regime. As always, you can come and see us at eatliveescape.com for more beauty reviews, for fashion, for lifestyle, food, recipes and travel. Or you can drop by to our Instagram at eat.live.escape. We actually have a beauty review that we just went up yesterday on the Augustinus Beta The Rich Cream, which is one of those cult beauty buys that everyone seems to absolutely love. Super expensive, so we wanted to do a thorough review on that so you can make some better decisions about whether you want to be buying these things before forking out your hard-earned money. So go over and take a look at that. Please always feel free to drop us a line. We're at hello@eatliveescape.com if you want to email us with any suggestions, any ideas for videos, etc., or drop a note in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Have a great day.